Hello, beautiful people, my gorgeous, gorgeous friends in here in the Rise group. Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's training. And I want to welcome our new members. We have quite a few new members coming into the group over the last couple of weeks. So I want to say hello, a big warm welcome. We have so many fun and interesting things in here, from meditations to challenges to weekly trainings. And I have a couple little announcements before we dive into today's weekly training, which is on energetic detox. So I've called it like below energetic detox 101, but it's just how to detox and clear and cleanse our energy without going into too much detail, just to give you guys a few little techniques and tools that you can use today to really just start detoxing. And we're going to talk about why in just a little minute. But as you're coming in, just pop a little hello into the comments. Let us know where you are, where you're coming in from. And yeah, like, we just love to connect with you in here. So if you're new to the group, give us one thing that we wouldn't know about you. Actually, let's just do that for everyone. Anyone who comes into this training, just pop into the comments, what's one thing that we may not know about you? We really want to connect with each other. And I also want to let you guys know that we work really hard in here to create this very safe space for you to be able to do this powerful work. Some of the stuff that we do in here is like really opening. It cracks you open. It gets you thinking about what's going on inside. It helps you to get to the next level. We are all about getting you to a point where you are standing fully in your personal power, where you are moving toward your dreams, where you are living a life that you are lovingly obsessed with. We want all of this for you. So to be able to do this work, sometimes we need to get a little bit vulnerable. So we work really hard in here to create this space for you energetically and otherwise, and just to make sure that every person in this group is here to support you, and you're here to support each other, and it's okay to get vulnerable, and it's okay to do the work. Amazing. All right, so today is all about energetic detox. Why are we talking about this today, Marissa? Because a lot of us have we've just gone through the full moon. A lot of us have had an interesting couple of weeks, whether it's in the home, at work, or otherwise. And a lot of you have been coming to me, or in messages, or in calls, or in the program, in different trainings. I've been talking with you, and you've been saying that there's been a little bit of kind of stuckness, feeling stuck, or reverting to old patterns, which is what can happen sometimes when we're stuck in some of these old energy patterns. They play out as patterns that we're stuck in daily life as well. So today we really want to unravel all of that. And I've been having conversations with you and you've just been kind of saying, I feel stuck, or I feel like I can't move forward, or I feel like I'm going back. A couple of you were saying you feel like you're going back to the busyness, or you're going back to old patterns in relationships. And so we really want to get things moving for you again. And if you're not feeling stuck, this is just a beautiful way to hit that next level, to really reach that next level in whatever you are going for. Hey Kim, how are you? Yes. May not know that you are trained as an end-of-life doula. I did not know that. Wow, that is incredible. That is absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness. You have so many beautiful gifts. Wow. That gave me goosebumps, like, all over my body. Kim and I are actually going to be connecting in a little while. We have a call after this, and I'm really excited to dive a little bit deeper into that with you. Wow, that's huge. That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. All right, guys, so let us get started. So we really want you, why is the group called Rise? Because we really want you to rise to that next level in your life, in your relationships, in your business, in whatever that may be for you. We really want you to realize your dreams. You are here. You are made for that. You are made to realize and bring to life those big visions that you have. Even if they're small visions right now, they wouldn't be there. They wouldn't be in your heart, these desires, if they weren't meant to come to fruition. I believe that with every bone in my body. And so we want you to, as women, we tend to play small, we tend to hide out. And this is like come from a long history, right? Of us not feeling adequate. And so it is time for us to really bring our gifts to the world and to really stand in our power, because there is so much change and shift that can happen on this planet and on this earth at this time if we do that. It is so important that we do it now. So we want you to stop hiding out. We want to stop that self-sabotage. We want to quiet that inner critic. And we really want you to step into your future. And to do that, you step into this growth that can happen in this group, within the program, just in doing this type of work. Yes. So one thing I just wanted to share with you, and I've been going through this as much as all of you lately, is that when we are about to go to that next level, when we are about to hit a jackpot, we tend to have resistance. Like something comes up against us, and it may be energetic, it may be, feel very real, and it could be other people, it could be confrontation, it could be conflict, it could be all kinds of different things. And so my question to you is, when that happens, when life is going well or steadily and you're feeling good, the vibration is starting to increase, something hits you. Does it knock you down or does it propel you forward? Do you fly in those circumstances or do you fold? And just go ahead and pop into the comments what has happened to date, because that was in the past and this is now. And moving forward, we're going to make sure that you fly in these circumstances. And so even I have had these, I want to be completely transparent with you guys, I always am in here, that I've had a couple of these blocks coming up lately that have been, making me question things. And my conditioned self has been really strong in a few different areas, or was strong in a few different areas. I managed to clear that and I'm on a new path now. And so my question to you, do you fly or do you fold? So there have been moments for me where I wanted to fold, right? I wanted to fold. I couldn't do it all. There were different areas of my life that I was just like, if I just stopped doing that completely, life would be better. And in fact, it would not be better. In fact, it would mean that I go back to living this kind of small, contained life. And I'm not really actualizing the big vision, the big dreams, doing the things for my children that I want to do, propelling our family forward, really stepping into all of who I am. I would be shrinking again. And so there are so many reasons why my conditioned self wanted to fold, good reasons too, that the conditioned self comes up with all these fantastic reasons, right? Why I should stop, why I shouldn't do the things that I'm doing. And these could be just daily actions. Why am I not eating the foods that I know I could be eating to make me feel better? Why am I not exercising as much? Why am I not showing up the way that I'm showing up? And so we question all of these things. And so in flying and folding, we want you to fly. And part of that is understanding our energy, right? Our energy field, our interaction with other energy around us. And so what we want to talk about today is really just detoxing, like a full energetic detox. And I have to tell you that once I did that, I was very strong in my conditioned mind. Like 2 weeks ago, I had a lot of these questioning thoughts, reoccurring negative thinking thoughts that were just hanging out. I really wanted to shift them, but I thought that they were meaningful. Like I was actually listening to them, right? And thinking, oh, good point. Instead of, as I normally do, instead of just shifting it, and I'm getting pretty good at that now after 12 years, I listened to them. I lent in. So what do we want to lean into? Do we want to lean into that fly energy, or do we want to, you can hear the donkeys in the background, or do we want to lean into that fold energy? And that fold energy is going to be like stagnant energy. That fold energy is going to be that dense energy. We're going to talk a little bit more about this now. So the first thing that we really want to do, let me see if I can find you guys again. Yes. The first thing that we want to do is just have a think about our environment, right? So when we go to do some energetic detoxification, we want to think about our home. We want to think about our surroundings. So there may be work surroundings in an office environment. There may be home surroundings, and our homes. Let's think about our homes. We spend so much of our time at home, right? We sleep at home. That's like almost half our life. We engage at home. We come home for comfort. We come home for grounding. We come home for love, to receive that love that we may not be, feeling like we're getting outside of that. So our home is really our sanctuary. It's really our space to come back to when we've been out in the world and we might not be feeling amazing. We come home, right? And so we want to have a think about your living space, your environment, and having a think about, is there some clutter that's in your home that you've been maybe looking at for a while, that you've been thinking about for a little while? Because our home is where we come back to, and our home is where we spend most of our time. So what can sometimes keep us in this dense, stuck, stagnant energy is stuff. We are made of energy. Like, this is scientific now. We know this. We can even look at this on a scale in terms of what our energy frequency is, what frequency we're putting out, and therefore what we're receiving. And so when you look around your home, and you might look at different places in your home, different rooms, different spaces, and just go ahead and pop into the comments. What's one space that doesn't feel good right now? Maybe there are a couple, maybe you're very aware of this already, but thinking of this physical clutter as energy that you are then receiving, right? So it's actually not just taking up space in your physical environment, but it's taking up space in your energy field, where you could be feeling so many other positive, vibrant, wonderful things, and this stagnant energy could be holding you back. So what do we want to do? We want to make sure that when we're going to the next level, we are also clearing out at the same time, right? So if we want to be over here, we want to fly through this kind of stuck feeling, we want to make sure that we're clearing in the physical realm as well. Because this happens naturally. Like, I see this happening naturally all the time, where if someone, say, signs into the program, or Kim, this was so you when you signed into the program, didn't you? One of the first things you said was, oh, I feel now like I really want to just clear out some spaces. And you actually started clearing, didn't you, before we even got to that module? Kim was already like clearing out different spaces in her home, because it happens naturally. Like, when we set an intention, when we let the universe know we're now stepping up, we're now going to the next level, many people, and I see this all the time, just get this like natural instinct to want to like just clear everything out. And so we want to use this the other way around as well. When we're not feeling like we're going to the next level, using this detox, this energetic detox in our home, to actually then create space for the new stuff to come in. And I don't know if you guys who've been with me for a long time, we used to do these trainings on Periscope, on another platform, and there was one training that I did it was called Holy Undies. So it was really talking about, us being able to tune into our inner guidance and us connect with our spiritual connection. But it was also to do with physical clutter, and how that physical clutter can hold us back and hold this stagnant energy. And so what it was all about was my underwear, right? And that in me going to the next level, I was actually giving the universe an indication that I was ready to go to the next level by getting rid of all my holy undies. And so it was just this play on words in terms of the training name. But it was a real deal, in that I needed to get rid of a lot of my old clothes to be able to bring in the new. And this was when I was doing a lot of deep money clearing work within myself. And one of the things that I was really drawn to was getting rid of any clothing that had holes in it, even dishcloths, towels, cleaning cloths, anything like that. Anything that I saw around the house that was holy and was kind of old and needed, just to go, I was getting rid of all of that. And in doing that, it was so funny, because the week after, I was handed a bag of clothes by this girl who like used to be a different size, and she said this will all fit you, and they were the most beautiful clothes like I had ever seen. And I was so just in awe of that process, right? And so we just want to realize that everything is energy, and so if we're clearing out some of that stagnant energy in our home, amazing, like that is going to help us to choose fly instead of fold or instead of fall. So that is our environmental detox. So you said you want to clear out your closet. So just creating an intention around that. Like this week, I'm going to be clearing out some of this stuff for us to be able to go to the next level in terms of what we're wearing, what we're bringing in, our financial ability to create all of that for ourselves. We need to sometimes release the old, or at least get out of that old stagnant energy that some of these old items are bringing. When I put my clothes on in the morning, when I choose what I'm going to wear, I choose it by feel. I don't always choose it by color or by style. I choose it by the way it feels and the way it makes me feel. And I actually got down to only wearing like 2 or 3 items in my closet at one point because just nothing felt good anymore. Like I was just so ready for the new. So what keeps us, in this dense, stuck, stagnant energy is sometimes belongings and clutter and all of this. So we want to detox the space to be able to increase our vibration. So we're going to talk a little bit more about vibration in a second. But if you know me, for many, many years, like I was a hoarder. I would keep stuff in every drawer, in every cupboard, over and over again. It was just what I saw when I was growing up. Like some of these older generations, they went through big times of scarcity in their life. And so there were really internal desires to want to hold on to things and make sure that they had enough of everything. Now, for us, it's a bit of a different story. I know we're going through an interesting time on the planet right now, but it's a bit of an interesting, different story in that we do get to choose. There are other avenues. We have so much more choice and freedom now. But I was the girl who would take the suitcase camping, right? And it wasn't even all filled with stuff for me. It was filled with stuff for other people too. Like, oh, but what if someone asks me and they need this, and so I'm going to take this as well. And so now, if you know me now, I'm a total minimalist. Like I have like 2 pairs of shoes. I have a few items in my closet because I really do love them, what I wear. And then when it comes to home, like I just really love to clean out now more than ever. So go ahead and pop into the comments. What are you going to be clearing out this week specifically? Is it items of clothing? Is it, and what are you getting rid of? Are you getting rid of just the kind of old holy stuff? You're getting rid of stuff that doesn't feel good. You're going to put them on and be like, do I feel awesome in this? No. Okay, so I'm ready to get rid of that. Okay, so then once we've kind of had this environmental detox, we really want to allow that to open up for the mental detox, right? So, and know that in doing this, because we all have these beautiful guidance, this beautiful guidance within us, our spiritual connection that we can rely on for messages, for guidance in our life. And we want that pathway to be nice and clear. And what happens is sometimes when we get caught in these, thoughts and emotions of the conditioned self, and these are just parts of us that have had experiences in life that have formed beliefs, around certain things, but sometimes it is just so repetitive and can be very hurtful to us too. This inner, the judgment starts to happen. This inner critic starts to become really, really loud. And we really want you to have that clear pathway with your guidance so that you can be guided in daily life toward your next steps, toward that big vision, to really living out, all the desires that you have in life. I truly believe that, we're all worthy of that, and we all deserve that, coming here to be on this planet at this time. Okay, so mental detox. So we, along with the mental, like the thoughts and the beliefs, we have an emotional system, right? That is, we need an emotional detox to clear out. A lot of these emotions can get stuck in our body physically. And so we do, I'm going to get to that in a minute because we have a beautiful event coming up that is going to help you to do that, which is amazing. It's going to be so powerful. But knowing that we are all energy. So going ahead and popping into the comments, do you have any reoccurring thoughts that are coming up right now for you that you would really like to shift? So are there any reoccurring in critic thoughts or critical thinking outside of you? Any thoughts that are repetitive that you would really like to shift? Go ahead and pop those into the comments. So, I know that a couple people had asked me to tag them in here today, and I for some reason I'm challenged to do that because we're on a different platform. So I do apologize. I really apologize if you're watching the replay and you wanted to be here live. So mental detox. So we are all energy, right? All that it is around us is energy. We're sending energy out. We are accepting it in. So let's talk about vibration. So when we have these low vibrational thoughts, these low vibrational emotions, having a think about, what we're sending out as vibrations is also very often what we're accepting as well. So if we are constantly in fear or doubt or anger or rage, or just low, this kind of low frequency that we are in. So just have a think about your thought patterns, because if we're constantly in these types of vibrations, we're also going to be attracting people and circumstances that are also in those vibrations as well. So what do we need to do? Like for an energetic detox when it comes to the mind, we really want to start detoxing some of those emotions. So one way to do that is we have this amazing, beautiful, incredible event coming up in, I think it's like 2 weeks' time. And so look out for that in the group, because we are going to be doing some incredibly powerful techniques to shift those emotions that can get stuck in your body. I'm going to share with you a few other ways that you can do this for now as well. And so just thinking, like when we go out in daily life and we are in this really high vibration, we might be thinking really positive thoughts. We might be in really positive, loving emotions. Don't we tend to bump up against the same thing? So like we go out driving in our car. Oh, there's like really happy singing people in the car next to us. They're not the road ragers. We go to wherever we're going. We find that car space like immediately. Put your hands up if you have experienced this. It's like everything is in sync, and the synchronicity happens when we're in this higher vibration. We tend to attract people and circumstances and things that are also in a similar vibration. So if we're holding ourselves low in this kind of more stagnant, more dense energy, we have stuff around us, people around us that are also in that stagnant, dense energy, that's what we're going to be attracting more of as well. And so when we're seeing resistance in our life, when we're seeing, hurt, drama, just challenges, like daily challenges in our life, a really nice question is just to say, hey, what vibration, where am I at on the vibrational scale? What energetic frequency am I holding, am I embodying, and am I sending out, and am I receiving right now? And let's not beat ourselves up for that, because we can get really stuck in the conditioned self and be like, this is the same old pattern again. Why am I doing this? Marissa, why are you back there again? You shouldn't be there. You know better than that. But just to bring a lot of compassion, to yourself in this moment and be like, hey, how can we shift now? And so when it comes to this mental detox, just thinking about your thought patterns, thinking about these beliefs that you may have had and where they may have come from, and acknowledging that. We've had a couple of people in the program this week that have really identified these big beliefs that they've been holding for a really long time. And now that they've shifted them, they feel so light, so much lighter, so much happier. And it just allows you more space. Like we talk about white space a lot in here, that we get this white space to be able to, think, breathe, create, make decisions from this beautiful, authentic self. So we don't want conditioned self to take over the show with everything that I'm sharing with you today, but just to allow you to become more aware of what is happening in your energetic field. So when we have energy in that really low vibration, then we may, if we're feeling, what are we feeling at the moment? What could be a low vibration? Go ahead and pop that into the comments if you have some kind of low vibration coming up right now. So, if we are thinking, if we're in a scarcity mindset around money, I've had a couple calls this week with people who are feeling that way. Scarcity around love, not enough love, not feeling loved as well. Scarcity in any area of your life. If you're feeling any of that, then what is going to happen, or what are you going to be bringing in more of if you're continuously saying that to yourself? So we need to shift that. We need to shift those thoughts, turning them around, thinking better feeling thoughts. I know it all sounds good in theory, but there are specific techniques and tools that you can use to be able to do this. You can shift those beliefs and create new ones, rewrite your story. There is never an end to the work that you can do. And at every new level, it doesn't change. It's the same process over and over again. I have a 5-step process to really shifting your beliefs and being able to rewrite your story and creating a new pattern, creating new beliefs in your life. We don't have to be stuck with those old ones. So just knowing that you have the power to do that, right? So don't let your conditioned self take over the show and say, I can't do that. That's for other people. It's not for me. We are all capable of doing this. If I can do this, anyone can do this. Trust me. Trust me. I lived in such a scattered brain where, it was hard for me to even focus. And that was from school age, right up until my mid-20s, even late 20s. So if I can do this, if I can find this clarity, this peace, this happiness, this high vibration in life, so you can too. Like anybody can, seriously. And something else I wanted to touch on is we talk about this domino effect in sailing. So I used to do a lot of sailing. We still do. We go sailing down the islands fairly regularly this year with my husband and my kids. And so in sailing, you want to keep everything at a higher vibration. And you want to make sure that your vibration is high, the vibration of the boat is high, and that you're making decisions from your authentic self. Because if you make one decision from your conditioned self and you make one decision on a boat, we have what we call the domino effect. So, a boat is a very contained place. It has lots of different ropes and levers and pulleys and things that are going to move, and you can make one wrong decision on a boat and then the next thing happens and the next thing happens, and all of a sudden you're in a bit of a pickle. And so you want to make sure that vibration is high. And I've experienced it time and time again. I lived on board a boat for a long, long time. I sailed around for a long, long time. And I just know that when I was in a lower vibration, we tended to have things breaking on the boat. We tended to get worse weather. We tended to encounter people that were not so great. If we anchored in a tiny anchorage with not many people around. And when we hold this vibration really high, we hold it for the boat too. And smooth sailing tends to happen. Fingers crossed, right? But we talk about this domino effect. So just knowing whatever we're putting out, it is coming back, but it's also surrounding us as well. And then there's this physical detox, right? So we talk a lot about this physical detox in our body. So last week we started a module in the Rejuvenate program called Shift It. And it's all about shifting our body to help to shift our mind, right? So it's one thing saying I'm going to have a mental detox, and it's another thing saying, you know what, I'm going to use my body to shift and help my emotions to shift out of my body. So we do that through breath work. I'm going to use my body through movement. I'm going to nourish my body through nutrition, just to be able to really help and support these better feeling thoughts to come forward, so I can gain momentum, positive momentum with those thoughts and feelings as well. So we want to shift. So we have a whole module on this in the Rejuvenate this week, last week and this week. So we're shifting energy, but we're shifting through our nervous system. So we use the vagus nerve a lot, vagus nerve reset exercises. We talk about the enteric nervous system. So nutrition, how are we healing our gut? Because all of our guts have been through so much in our life already. A lot of processed foods on the, on the market today. There are so many different pesticides and fertilizers and all this stuff. And so we want to make sure that we're healing the gut as well, because we have this gut-brain connection. So we talked a lot about that this week, but we can use movement. You can move body. We dance a lot in the program. We dance a lot in this group for that reason, because it is one of the quickest ways to really shift stagnant energy is to move. So turn up that music, dance it out, do whatever you need to do today to really help to just bust out of that stagnant energy that can be really addictive, right? It's easier, it feels easier for the conditioned self to come back to this small stagnant energy. We want you taking up space in this world. We want you bringing your gifts fully forward in this world, and we need to get you moving and get that energy moving to be able to do that. Yes, so using your body today, and put it in the comments. How are you going to be using your body today? What are you going to do to help to shift that stagnant energy? Amazing. Okay, so what else was I going to say here? Yes. Yeah, and just so all of this full energetic detox, right? Our environmental detox, our mental detox, our physical detoxification is all to help us move back to our authentic self. And our authentic self is where we have all of these feelings of, limitlessness, like us not having these barriers, these boundaries put on what we can achieve, what we're able to achieve. Our confidence is higher when we're in our authentic self, because we really are just fully in our true essence. And that is where we want you, because that is where your power is. And so just using these tools, using this awareness of energy and how it is moving and happening around you to be able to move more and more and more into your authentic self. And the quickest way there is through movement and through shifting the nervous system and through stretching. So taking you out of your comfort zone, doing something different that is going to stretch you. So in the Rejuvenate group this week, we have a challenge happening that's really going to stretch everyone to move out of their comfort zone as the quickest way to really gain that positive momentum in your authentic self. So better decisions, clearer mind, more feelings of happiness and joy, better ability to just step in, despite fear, and do things that you might really want to do but have been holding back from, and just living more free and more happy. I love you guys so much. If you have any questions about today, please feel free to pop them into the comments. But please start today. Go about your day. Environmental detox, that mental detox, just what thoughts and emotions are you carrying around with you that you're ready to let go of? Even just setting that intention to be able to shift or to want to shift is enough. Just setting that intention. Amazing. All right, guys, have an amazing day. Look out in the group. We are coming at you with this amazing event that we have coming up next month, which I'm so excited for. It is probably the most powerful event that I've ever done in terms of the techniques that we're bringing forward. And I'm just feeling really, really called to do this. I'm feeling a huge pull to do it in my heart. And I know I used a lot of these techniques as I was coming out of like a bit of a slump where I was falling and not choosing to fly. All of this just pulled me straight out, and then I keep going. And so I want that for you guys as well. I love you so much. Oh, yay. I'm so happy yeah, that's awesome. Okay, you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you in the group. Mwah. Bye.